Good afternoon, students. Welcome once again to the online session of biology for engineers. In today's class, we'll continue with the unit 3. Last topic, Mendel's law. The unit 3, genetics and evolution. This is the last topic, Mendel's law. By this, we will complete the unit 3. In the Mendel's laws, we have the experiments conducted by Mendel. Mendel, he has selected the pea plants, edible pea plants for his experiments and carried out his experiments in the monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross, here mono here is single. The cross between two parents differing in a single pair of characters is known as monohybrid cross. Cross between two parents. This is one of the parent, tall plant. This is the another parent, short plant, dwarf plant or the short plant. Parental generations. This is the parental generation, tall plant, dwarf plant. A cross between two parents. These are the two parents with single character, only the tall and dwarf plants. Tall plants or the short plants, we are considering here only one character. That's why it is called as monohybrid cross. A cross between two parents. This is one of the parent with tall plant. This is the another parent with dwarf plant or the short plant. We are taking here only one character of a plant, tall or short. That's why when single character of a parents are considered in a cross, we call it as monohybrid cross. Mendel self-pollinated these pea plants with homozygous condition. Homozygous T, capital T, capital T. We call it as homozygous condition. Homozygous tall. Capital T, small t, we call it as heterozygous tall. Capital T, both are in the capital letters. This condition we call it as homozygous. Capital T, small t, one is capital T and the other one is small t, we call it as heterozygous tall. So these are the parental generation that will give the gametes. One gamete will be coming from the one parent, the other will be coming from the other parent, and this two will combine and form the F1 generation. F1 is the first filial generation. First filial generation, capital T, small t. It is heterozygous tall. Then we are taking the F1 generation, capital T small t heterozygous tall, and we are making a cross here between F1 generation, self crossing between F1 generation. What is F1 generation here? The heterozygous tall, capital T small t. We are taking and making a cross, self cross between the F1 generation or the first filial generation, parental generation. It is producing the new plants, that is the F1 generation, first filial generation. F1 is first filial generation. Then again we are making a cross in the F1 plants, self cross between F1 plants. F1 on selfing will produce this gametes, capital T small t will produce capital T and small t. They are separating here, capital T small t, separation of gametes. And when we self cross this F1 plants, self cross between F1 plants, we will get these plants. First one is homozygous tall, capital T small t. We call it as homozygous tall. Then it is producing the other plant, that is heterozygous tall, capital T small t. Heterozygous tall. Though we have the allele small t, but the plant is tall. The characters which is observed here, we call it as dominant character. Tall is the dominant character because it is appearing, though the capital T, that is the short allele is present, but that is not getting expressed. The character that is only observed here is tall, not the short one in this capital T small t. So we call this as the dominant character. Tall is the dominant character. The other which is not appearing, we call it as recessive. The character which is not expressed, we call it as recessive character. The character which is expressed, we call it as dominant character. When tall plants were crossed with short plants, the offsprings in the F1 generation are tall. Tall plants crossed with short plants here, or the dwarf plants, the offsprings in the F1 generation are tall. So tall here is the dominant character, and the character which is not appearing is the recessive character. Short or the dwarf character is the recessive character. So when the tall plants are crossed with short plants or the dwarf plants, the offsprings in the F1 generation are tall here. Tall, heterozygous tall. So we call this as tall character as the dominant character. Here also, capital T small t, it is heterozygous tall. Tall here is the dominant character. It is only expressed in the F1 generation. That's why the tall character is the dominant character, and the other one which is not appearing, the dwarf character, is the recessive character. Here both the alleles or the gametes here. On the genes we have two alleles. One gene which is expressing a particular character in the plants or the animals will have two alleles, small t and small t. These are the two alleles on the genes expressing a particular character. Both are small t and small t. We call it as homozygous. Homozygous. Small t here is dwarf plant. So homozygous dwarf will be produced. When we see the monohybrid cross ratio, phenotypic ratio, phenotypic is the physical characters. Physically when we see, the ratio here is 3:1. 3 are tall and the 1 is dwarf or the short. 3 tall plants are produced and 1 dwarf plant is produced. So phenotypic ratio is the physical characters, physical appearance. When we see the plants is the phenotypic ratio. In that 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. When we see genotypically, when we see the genes, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, the genes or the alleles are related to the genotypic ratio. We see here 1:2:1. 1 capital T you can see, 2 capital T small t and 1 small t. 1 capital T, 2 are capital T small t and 1 is small t. So the genotypic ratio related to the genes or the alleles, when we see here, it is 1:2:1 in the monohybrid cross. Phenotypically 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. So phenotypic ratio will become 3:1 and the genotypic ratio will become 1:2:1. So this is about the monohybrid cross. Next we have dihybrid cross. These are the parental generation. Capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, the parental generation in the dihybrid cross. A dihybrid cross is a cross between two parents. These are the parental generation, one parent and the other parent. We are making a cross between two parents with two characters, two pairs of characters. Here, two characters are considered here in a dihybrid cross. A cross between two parents differing in two pairs of characters is known as dihybrid cross, and the offsprings we call it as dihybrids. In the dihybrid cross, capital Y, capital R, it is in homozygous condition. Homozygous pea plant he has taken, having yellow and round seeds. Homozygous Mendel crossed a homozygous pea plant having yellow and round seeds with another plant having green and wrinkled seeds. small y small y small r is green and wrinkled seeds of pea plant, and capital Y capital R is pea plant having yellow and round seeds. And the F1 generation, first filial generation, these are the offsprings or the hybrids produced are having yellow and round seeds. Though we have here capital Y, capital R and small r, but the offsprings produced here from the parent generation are yellow color and round shape. So the yellow and round shape are dominant and green and wrinkled shapes are the recessive characters. Capital Y, capital R, yellow round is dominant over wrinkled and green. Then F1 plants were allowed to cross to produce the F2 generations. In the F2 generation, second generation, you can see here the ratio is 9 out of 16 are yellow round and 3 out of 16 are green round, 3 out of 16 are yellow wrinkled, 1 out of 16 is green wrinkled. So the phenotypic ratio is becoming 9:3:3:1. 4 types of seeds appeared in this ratio. 4 types of seeds appeared in this ratio. The first one is yellow round, second one green round, third one yellow wrinkled, fourth one green wrinkled. So we can conclude from this data that 4 types of seeds appeared. So this is about the dihybrid cross. Then we have evidence of law of inheritance. On the basis of the results of his experiment, Mendel, he has recognized the phenomenon of dominance, law of segregation and the law of independent assortment. First one, phenomenon of dominance. Mendel, he was the first to explain about the mechanism involved in transmission of characters from parents to offsprings, from generation to generation, inheritance. This is nothing but the inheritance. Transmission of characters from parents to offsprings from one generation to another generation. We call it as the inheritance. In this we have the first one, that is phenomenon of dominance. He has proposed this law, that is the phenomenon of dominance. In this genotype symbol, capital T is the genotypes here, genes having 2 alleles. One of the allele is capital T and the other allele is another capital T. Coming to the phenomenon of dominance, when 2 homozygous individuals with different characters are crossed, the characters that will appear in the F1 generation are called dominant character. The character which is getting expressed in the F1 generation are the dominant characters, and those that do not appear in the F1 generation, we call it as recessive characters. So the character or the trait which appears in the homozygous individual is the dominant character. The character which can express itself in the homozygous as well as in heterozygous condition, we call it as dominant character. Just now we have seen the tall plants and the dwarf plants. The character which can be seen both in homozygous and heterozygous condition, this is the homozygous tall, and this is heterozygous tall. Phenotypically both are, physically if we see, both are tall. So the character which is expressed in homozygous, this is homozygous condition and this is heterozygous condition. The character which is seen in both homozygous and heterozygous condition is the tall character. So this tall character is the dominant character, and this is the dwarf plant with small t. This is in homozygous condition. So character which you can see here is the short plant. So Mendel observed this phenomenon of dominance. So the character which appears only in homozygous individual when it is present only in homozygous condition, this dwarf, homozygous dwarf character which is expressed both in heterozygous and homozygous is the tall or the dominant character. So when two homozygous individuals with characters, different characters are crossed, the character that is appearing in the F1 offsprings are called the dominant character, and those that do not appear in the F1 are the recessive character. Recessive character here is the dwarf plant character, that is small t. Though the allele of the small t is present in heterozygous condition, it is not expressed phenotypically. The plant is not short, the plant is not dwarf, plant is the tall plant in the hybrid or the offsprings or the F1 generation. Progeny, hybrids, nothing but progeny, offsprings produced from the parents. Next we have here is, after the phenomenon of dominance, we have law of segregation. Law of segregation. Law of segregation. Segregate means here separate. Segregation here is separation. Phenomenon of separation or the segregation is explained here. The two alleles of a gene. This is a gene, capital R, small r, and it is having two alleles. Capital R are the two alleles of a gene. When the two alleles of a gene separate and go into different gametes in F1 hybrid. In F1 offsprings or the hybrids, one of the two alleles of the gene, capital R is red, small r is white. Red color flowers, white color flowers in the parent pea plants. We are seeing here the crosses, genotypes, the genes related to these red color flowers and white color flowers. Phenotypically, capital R, small r, 100% red. So, capital R, small r, it is heterozygous condition which is producing. Physically, if we see, phenotypically, if we see 100% red color flowers in the pea plant. F1 generation, offsprings of the F1 generation. Parents of the pea plants, F1 generation, offsprings of the F1 generation. Genotypes, genes, capital R, small r is crossed with capital R, small r, heterozygous, red color flowers. Phenotypically, if we see, these are heterozygous red color flowers. Phenotypes of this genotype are the genes of this, and the phenotypes are, when we see the phenotypes, these capital R, small r is red color flowers. %, R, capital R flowers, 50% are capital R, small r flowers. The remaining 25% are small r. Phenotypically, 75% are red and 25% are white. Small r is the character which is producing white flowers. Capital R are the character which is producing the red color flowers. When we see here, 75% are red flowers and only 25% are white. Then we have law of independent assortment. Mendel, he has formulated this law from the results of the dihybrid cross. According to this law, the factors or the genes, these are the example of the dihybrid cross. We have seen in the dihybrid cross, two characters we have considered in the cross between the parents. The two characters were yellow seeds with round shape, two characters from the dihybrid cross. Independent assortment is related to the results of the dihybrid cross. From this law, the factors or the genes of different characters present in the parents separate independently from one another during the gamete production. Any allele of one gene will equally likely to combine with any allele of the other gene. This is one of the allele of the gene capital Y is the gene. One allele is capital Y. Independent assortment of two genes produces different types of gametes. Alleles are transmitted to the offsprings independent of one another. During the process of gametogenesis, the alleles are separating. Capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. It is having this 4 alleles of a particular gene, which is showing independent assortment. Independent. Assort here is nothing but separation. Assort, separate. Nine out of 16 in the dihybrid cross were yellow seeds and round shape. 3 out of 16 were green color and round shape. 3 out of 16 were yellow color and wrinkle shape. In the dihybrid, we have seen this is related to dihybrid cross. 1 out of 16 are green seed color and wrinkle shape. These are the genes or the alleles present on the genes. They are showing parents are assorting or separating independently from one another. Parents assort or separate independent of one another is nothing but the law of independent assortment. So, we have completed unit 3 in this last topic, that is Mendel's laws and the evidence of law of inheritance. These are the last topic of the unit 3, genetics and evolution. By this we have completed unit 3 with this session, and in next class we'll continue with the unit 4. We will start the unit 4 in next class. So thank you students.